What's up, Dice Crew? Keeping it a Benji, and I'm getting back with y'all. Now, look, I know y'all been seeing 600, going to a few different hoods and whatnot. It would look like to me that he's obviously accepted or invited because nobody have a problem with him when he's there. But we got this dude that go by the name of bandwagoning, and he from PJ. Y'all probably just seen 600 over there messing with little draws and whatnot. But he pretty much got some things to say about 600 pulling up to his hood. So, let's react to that. I'm going to keep it a Benji for y'all doing my reaction. Y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments. Shout out to the Dice Crew. Let's rock.
I don't know if y'all can see me, but look. This message goes out to Big 600. Cuz from 60, like, this ain't no message to disrespect and none. This ain't a message to disrespect a nigga, none of that. Like, but a nigga wanna hold a nigga wanna hold a nigga accountable. Like, right? You came to the hood, and I feel like you exploited the homie kindness in the midst of everything that you got going on in your car with your homies and all that. You came to the hood, exploited the homie kindness and all this type of shit. Like, right? That wasn't fly, my nigga, on my mama. Before you can come to the PJs and try to powwow and politic and hang out and do interviews and smile and all that, homie, you got to get your situation within your car and within your set right. Because the PJs, like, yeah, we interact, homie, and we willing to have, dialogue with any crip set that don't have an active hatred or beef with the homies, like, right? Like, we open arms to all crip sets, like, right? But one thing we ain't doing is harvesting no buster. Like, you can't run from your hood.
Now look, I think this dude is definitely just trying to jump on the bandwagon, just trying to attack 600 for some clout. I could be wrong, but that's what I think about it, because you can't be saying a person ain't good unless you got the proof of a person being no good. 600 be pulling up in his hood. He be going live in his hood. He be posting and hanging and communicating with some of his homies. He be hanging with other individuals out of his car, other East Coasters, other 40s. He run around and he do what he do. But, when you talk about a person running from issues, that will mean that a person's running from a DP, possibly a put off. A person got some snitching or something like that on they self. On their jacket, or a person then, did some foul stuff that they, that they just in the red about. Now, you confusing that with a person that's not seeing eye to eye with all his homies. Everybody ain't gonna agree on everything. But if you pay attention, you will see certain people just saying they want to have fades. And some of them people, they come up, they act like they a part of some grid program, or they be acting like they, more on a not active gangbanger tip. Now, I'm not directly involved with everybody's business, but from what I gather, that's what it is to me. I don't think 600 is running from the 60s. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I view it. Like, every hood got that going on, especially when you come from more of a larger hood. You know what I mean? Everybody might not know everybody, and everybody ain't gonna see eye to eye. But I think that, and I'm using this like not directly just about the 600 and the 60s and what dude is saying, but just in a general situation, that don't mean that a person ain't good. 600 be posting lives in his hood. If a person had a problem with him, they can pull up on him when he doing lives, or just, get with him wherever he be. And if you wanted to have a problem with 600, you probably should have pulled up and got at him directly, personally. So if y'all had to, y'all could have squabbled up. You know what I mean? So you could express yourself to 600 like a street dude to a street dude, crip to crip, if that's what you wanted to do. But just to get on the internet and try to paint this picture and bandwagon the situation against 600 because so many people is doing it, and you not even communicating, because a lot of real certain 60s and certain people in them ain't having no problem with 600. You know what I mean? I just know that part for facts, though.
Can't be in a position, in a situation to where you can't freely go chill in your hood and do what you did with the homie Lil Draws in the middle of the projects. If you can't do that in your hood, you can't come to our hood and do it. And you said some
And I feel like, you also insulting Lil Draws. Because if Lil Draws understand who 600 is and he cool with 600 and he not having no problem with 600, then hey, he got the right to do what he do. That's both of y'all hood. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But you can't make it seem like Lil Draws is harboring a buster or anything that's in violation. And shout out to Lil Draws. Lil Draws know me.
You said some shit that kind of like had me like, huh? Like that's how I know you don't really got your ear to the streets, like how you act like you do, like, right? Cause my tiny homies, the tiny lokes in my projects, they fuck with the young 60s and the young 40s heavy, like. That's why individuals are acting like, man, is the PJs like under the neighborhood card, like is the PJs neighborhoods and all this, like, cause the homies have a good relationship with the East Coasters, which is neighborhoods, with the 40s, which is neighborhoods, and the 60s, which is neighborhoods. So at the end of your interview, like, you like, and we don't function with them. We don't, what you mean? Like, our young homies function. So you go to the joint downs, you seen they praises and all this and all that, right? But they are on cool terms with the A-Trays. They on cool terms with the Hoovers and all that. But you don't say that while you in the joint downs. You don't say, oh, we don't function with them. But you come to the PJs, a set that's neighborhood welcoming, and you say we don't function with them. Who is you, like? Who is you? You can't have your ear to the streets. You can't be in the streets and all this and all that, like how you proclaim you is, and then come to the projects, and when you conclude your interview, you saying we don't even function with them. What? So why the homie let you come over there, like, in a lot of people's been hollering at the homie like, y'all can't holler at our homie. We gonna holler at our homie if we see fit. But the homie ain't did nothing wrong, homie, but was on some real life Crip shit. We embrace Crips, homie, if you want to come through and all that. But the homie ain't really abreast of what's going on with, SPI, shout out to Spider Loc, what's going on with Spider Loc, what's going on with Big U. Like, the homie ain't into that. Like, you feel me? The homie into making music and, doing this thing and furthering his career and all that. So he ain't really up on what's going on in what they call the YouTube streets and all that. So as a real Crip homie, as a real PJ, and we welcome all Crips from all over, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he did what a Crip homie supposed to. Pull up. It's love. And you exploited that, homie. And it rubbed me wrong when you tell me we don't function with them. Like, what? Nigga got niggas from 60s. Like, man, what you mean? Like, you got to really know what you talking about when you be talking that talk that you be talking, how you be talking when you be talking that shit that you be talking. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but some of my homies don't even want you over there. Like, because if we real life politicking on some real life Crip shit, you can't be the type of dude who can't go back to your set, but you want to go hang in another nigga set. Like, man, real Crippin', old school Crippin', the way it's supposed to be, the original teachings and all that, it ain't never been like that, homie. You can't escape your homies by coming to my hood. Like, you can't come over here and hang out, and you can't go if you can't go back to your hood, because now we look at you like a meal. Like, what you got for us? You got to give us something, homie. You got to endear yourself to the.
Now, I agree with what he's saying as far as, like, if somebody is really not good in their hood, then another hood shouldn't allow them to hang. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why the streets be messed up. Because a person to be in violation in their hood, but they'll go hide out in somebody else's hood, just like people be, oh, they didn't snitch on me, so he's still good. And that's one of the reasons why the streets is messed up. But dude is also, Bobby Ye is also making his homies look bad by saying some of your homies don't want 600 over there, when if that's the case, you definitely should have approached him when he was there. You know what I'm saying? You should have definitely got at it. Because if it's more than a few individuals from PJ having a problem with him like that, then they should have definitely approached him when he was over there. That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? If we gonna keep it all the way street.
Set. If you want to come over here and do an interview or do anything like that, and you you excommunicated out your set. If you excommunicated out your set and your homies and exiled you out your set, and you want to come to my set, you gotta endear yourself to the set, homie. We ain't harvesting no busters. You feel like you can't go to your set, but you want to come over here and chill and all this and all that. And then at the conclusion of the video, like, we don't even function with them. And if you from LA County, if you from LA, when a person say, man, we don't function with them, that's a nigga saying we don't fuck with them. So you gotta know what you be talking, homie. Like, what if I went to the 8 Trays and did a video with them and big chilling with them and all that? Then I went to the 6 O's, like, come on, homie, like, what it is like. You know what I mean? You gotta pick a side, homie, or you gotta know what it is that you doing when you out here fake politicking and trying to be, you know, the Crip Suge Knight, all this and all that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It don't go like that. How would you respect me, homie, if I couldn't go back to my set? If I was excommunicated and on exile from my set, how would cats respect me trying to come to your set and get some type of respect? Like, nah, homie. Nigga, home is where the heart is. If you ain't got love in your set, we looking at you kind of different. We may even, you know, oops upside your head, homie, because you ain't got no backing. Who is you?
And I want to point this out. You got certain people that's good in they hood because they might have family from they hood, blood ties, might have been there forever, born and raised, and they are accepted even though they do have infractions on them. But they just still accepted. But they can't go nowhere else. You feel me? And I think that's one of the images that 600 is pointing out. Like, certain people be having internal issues, having, like, you know, hate for people that come from where they come from, so they dislike them. But in all reality, that don't make a person not good in the form of breaking the code. You know, you got to know it's a difference out here from a person disliking someone or having a disagreement with somebody as opposed to a person breaking the rules and breaking the code. You know, because a lot of people ain't good in other hoods because people know what they did in them court tanks. They know what they did in jail, on the yard. They know what they did in that function. They know what they did in the mall. They know what they did in the swap meet. And that stuff is everywhere. And people know, like, what kind of person you are. But you will be accepted in your hood because you know your family, your ties, or you born and raised. So people just choose not to even give you a stern discipline. So everybody got to know that when it comes to these streets.
If you want to come over here and chill, homie, we gotta look at your report card. And right now, your report card ain't looking so good, homie. And you know, anybody that got anything to say towards the homie Lil Draws, man, don't say nothing to my homie. That's my homie. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You know, he was acting out of passion for just being a thorough individual. You feel what I'm saying? The homie wasn't seeing the bigger picture. The homie like, all right, you know, it's an interview. You know what I mean? I get to put my brand out there, put my face out there and all that. At that moment in time, the homie wasn't seeing the bigger picture. But what we ain't about to do, we ain't about to criticize and penalize the homie. If anybody want to criticize or penalize the homie, it's going to be us if we see fit. And right now, we don't see fit, homie. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, Big 600, man, you got to.
And you see how that energy be switched around? He got a lot of relationship for 600 when he really just ain't got no control for 600. But he ain't feeling it fit to have a problem with Lil Draws, even though he got all the control when it come to Lil Draws. Not saying like he could just make Lil Draws do whatever, but he got obligations and relationship with Lil Draws. They are part of the same thing. So if you got a problem with something, you got to handle your side of the fence. You know, 600 only did what he was allowed to do, what he was invited to do, and what everybody that was there from PJs let him feel like was cool to do. If you're not going to have a problem with Lil Draws, then that go back to what I was just saying. Like, people be moving that goalpost just because. You know, if a person was to bring a person in my hood and he was in violation for real, and the person know that, I definitely call anybody I can call and pull up in the hood and tell a person, look, ask him to pull up. I need a fade about it. Because he pulled a snitch up in the hood and he had no reason to do that. And matter of fact, I had that situation before in my hood. You know, a homie brought a dude up to my hood and he was out of like Inglewood Legends and something. And this is some years ago, you know what I mean? But he pulled up on the block, one of my older homies' houses. The older homie didn't know about the little rumors pertaining to the dude from Legends and stuff like that, having like some snitch allegations and stuff on him. And I got at the homie who brought him, like, homie, don't you ever do no stuff like that again. You exposing the homie spot, you putting him in the jam. You know, he a little bit older. He probably ain't caught all that type of stuff that's going on. So why would you do that? That's how it go though. You gotta check yours before you try to correct the next person.
You got to straighten that out in your set, homie, before you start hopping the set and all that, because you never know what type of welcome you're going to get when you go into certain sets looking for a warm welcome. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get your situation right in your hood, my G, on the reals. Who a buster? I'm a buster? Man, get up off my live with that bullshit, man. You weird ass nigga. Man, go play with some kids, bro. Man, ain't nobody out here playing and all that. Divineful, man. Go play with some kids, man. Go put your thumb in your ass and do what it is that you be doing, you weird ass nigga. Niggas ain't out here playing, bro. Go sit down, you. Yeah. You must be one of the 600 fans and all this and all that. Like, but 600, man, get your situation right, man. You feel what I'm saying? And one thing, and I just want to say this before I conclude this video, man. The PJs, we ain't inserting ourselves in the middle of no neighborhood conflict, controversy, or no neighborhood frictions and all that. You feel what I'm saying? The neighborhoods, they handle what they handle as they see fit. But like I say, homie, we willing to, we gonna accept the righteous and the real and the thoroughbred 6-0s. We're welcome in open arms, like we gonna do the homies from East Coast. We're welcome in open arms, and any other crip set that don't have a act of hate for the Imperial Courts, the PJs. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know who that weirdo is, man. Man, I ain't even. Hey, I appreciate that, my G. That's my Las Vegas partner. Hey, listen, man, we about to shoot a movie in Imperial Courts, Heavy Motion. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost done, and after we shoot Heavy Motion in Imperial Courts, man, we trying to do this no warning.